What's up, guys? I just got out of work and I'm gonna try to get some stuff done today. My wife wants to hang out, do some stuff around the house, which that's fine and dandy, but I get out of work well before she does, and she's actually got a couple errands to run after work. So I'm thinking before she comes home, I'm gonna run to the shop, try to bang some stuff out real quick. I gotta put some bead locks on my YFZ and mess around with that a little bit. And then once she comes and goes, depending on what time it is, I might try to sneak back out to the shop and do some more stuff. The TRX needs to be touched. I haven't messed with that in a long time, and I'm kind of beating myself up about it because it's just been sitting there. It's one of those investments that I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass over, but you know, we'll figure it out and we'll get our money back out of it at some point. Right now I think it needs a valve adjustment and possibly a timing problem. Definitely some starting charging system diag. I gotta figure that out. Thing smokes batteries like nobody's business, man. Like 30 seconds trying to start that thing, battery smoked. Brand new, fully charged battery, done. So I got to figure out, we got some battery leakage going on or something like that. I actually printed out a thick booklet that tells me how to go through the whole starting charging system and figure that out. So hopefully we can get that straightened out. It also could be due to the decompression. You know, it's taking a lot more juice to crank that motor over if the auto decompressor is not adjusted right. So I gotta look into that too, because that could be part of it. But yeah, let's go. Zoom, baby. Let's go. Oh, that almost went bad. So I've got some pretty awesome hyper carbon fiber bead locks that I'm gonna be putting on my YFZ. And I've actually got some on the front right now. I don't think you can see them, but those are going to be coming off because I've got one that's leaking. I haven't figured out the problem yet. I got to take the ring off and inspect the wheel and see what the issue is. I have seen some people say that they run a bead of silicone around where the ring sits and that fixes the problem. I don't know if I really want to do that. I'm going to be racing this machine, hitting bumps, ruts, tree roots, jumps, whatever, and I don't want to run a flat, so gotta figure that out. But let's get the rears on for now. Some fresh GBC XC Masters on it. Bam. Get these nuts on here. Boom. Where's my impact? Alright. Now, as always, guys, it's really important to make sure your wheels are torqued to spec. I'm not going to be riding this machine for a while, or at least not at the moment, so I'm just cranking them down with the impact. Before I ride it, I will go back through with a torque wrench and actually torque them. This is just for moving it around the garage purposes. But yeah, definitely torque your wheels. You don't want those things coming off, especially if you're going 50, 60, 70 miles an hour on these machines. That's going to be a really bad day. Now guys, I really don't want to admit this, but I actually had a super hard time getting these tires to seat all the way on these wheels. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, if I had some sort of gunk or debris on the bead, or if it's just the bead locks. I've heard from a few people that bead locks can just be really difficult to get the tire to seat all the way. I don't know how true that is. I think I'm using the wrong lugs. But I definitely had a hard time with it, and I've done a lot of tires. I used to work as a motorcycle mechanic, or I guess more so a power sports mechanic, and I've never had trouble like I had with these wheels. It could just be me. It could be the fact that they're secondhand. It could just be hypers in general. But it was pretty tough, man. So I'm glad that they're all set now and I'll be able to ride with them, start getting used to them. Race season's only a couple months away and I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got to work on my physique. I've been trying to eat right, stay healthy, stay moving, but I've got to drop some serious weight. And I've also got to get my machine all set because I'm lacking quite a bit yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And once again, we're going to torque to spec. Bang. 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 And, oh, can't find the nut. Bang. There she is. Now let's get the fronts off of here. Set her down. Nice and gentle. Bang. Check that out. Very cool, very cool. So I'll show you guys a couple things real quick. Here's the one that leaks. It is flat. It will not hold air. And remember what I said about the silicone. If you look close, you can see some right there. So that's already been done to this wheel. I don't know how long ago. I don't know how good of a job they did. But like I said, I don't want to have any problems. So that's just going to come right off and we'll take the wheel apart, figure out what's actually wrong. And if it's something I can rebuild the wheel and fix, then I will. I already had to rebuild one of the rears. It was not bad at all. But yeah, so we'll swap those. And the other day I took it for a test ride, found out that that was leaking and that I didn't have the bead set all the way on the rear tires. Somehow I must have broke a zip tie or something, and my programmer wire actually managed to get down by the exhaust. So luckily the wires are actually okay. They've got a little bit of lube melted to them, but they're relatively unscathed. So I think I'll be able to just put a new piece of lube on that harness and it'll be okay. Almost an expensive oopsie. At some point, I'd like to switch over to a Vortex. You see, I got the carbon fiber intake. I've got a pipe and AIS delete, a bunch of other stuff. So I would like to run a Vortex and get it running a little better. I also have to adjust my TPS, so that'll be cool. I'm still waiting on a harness, test harness to hook up to the TPS so I can adjust it, and I'll show you guys how to do that. It's pretty easy, but yep. You guys can see just how awesome my garage floor is. Yeah, it's gonna start to roll away. Oh boy. Uggy duggies. Oh, don't lose them. There. Get off. Bam. Totally almost just fell off the jack there, but that's fine. Cool thing is I've got pretty fresh XC Masters on the stock fronts too, so at least I'll have matching tires while I wait on that to be fixed. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm the one that's fixing it, but you know. And do you think I can remember where I put the stock lug nuts? No. Son of a bitch. It is nice to have a bunch of extra parts until it's time to find them. Because usually the stuff I'm looking for, I can't find. But I'll come up with all kinds of stuff I didn't know I had. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. I did find these. They were in a little bag. Actually put away where they should have been, which is kind of surprising. But hey, I'll take it. Milwaukee go brr. Dang. You guys wouldn't believe how expensive these frickin' lug nuts are, man. Dang. Come on. Ah. Oh no, my spacer. I can't remember if they call this a spacer or a dust shield. I want to say it's actually... No, this is the dust shield, right? Is this a spacer? I'm gonna have to look that up. I wasn't joking, guys. I found the OEM part number and looked it up. They call it a cover plate. Cover plate. That's weird. I'm going to keep calling it a dust shield. If it's wrong, I don't care. Cover plate is just weird to say, so that doesn't make sense in my mind. I know what you guys are thinking. You're saying to yourself, dude, I didn't even ask. I don't care what it's called. That's fine. I did, okay? I cared. And I thought, maybe you'd like to know too. So sorry. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, gravity choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Nope, he won't have it. Are you serious, dude? Yeah, I'm a bad boy. I put chromium on my impact. What you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna stop me. It's too late. And they're on. Yes, sir. Slowly turn counterclockwise. You good, bro? Sheesh. Thing's brand new. And it matches. How cool is that? Well, guys, I plan on doing more. I really want to try to start tackling this. There's a built YFZ motor over there. If you take a look around, my garage is a freaking mess, man. I've had like 101 projects. The spot, you know, the workbench where I wanted to take that wheel apart, looks like a toolbox threw up on it. So I definitely gotta clean some stuff up before I can do anything else. I got parts and stuff everywhere. I mean, I've just had so much stuff going on, dude. I've been buying and selling parts like crazy, working on this, working on that, working on my truck. I've got just stuff everywhere. That toolbox is supposed to go. I just don't like it. It's too small. I can't use it for anything. That's what she said. But it's just got to go, man. All it does is collect garbage. I mean, there's a carburetor in there from a Polaris 90 that I haven't had for 5 years, dude. So that's just gotta go. That's not gonna be today, but I need to clean. So that's the next task before we do anything. But if you remember me mentioning that the wife was coming over, that's pretty soon. So I'm probably gonna go inside, take a shower, and handle that before we do anything else. So probably won't really get to cleaning until later tonight. She might be okay with hanging out here. It's a little cold, but honestly, it's not that bad. The wind is pretty DL, and for once in my life, it actually feels warmer in my garage than it does outside, which is crazy because you can see how sealed up she is. So the weather does a doozy in here in the winter, but you know, whatever.